lady names. They're the names of women too brave and too brilliant and too unconventional and too political and too poor and not woman enough and not white enough to be recognised by their shrivel-souled contemporaries. Take these stories and tell them to your friends, because these women shouldn't only be known by a few historians. They should be so well known that their names would make terrible passwords. So well known that Netflix commissions a miniseries about their lives. Or we at least get a History Channel documentary. These women should be so well known that lazy 8-year-olds, when tasked with a history project about a famous person from history, say, "I don't know. There are like 8 books in the library about Phyllis Wheatley. Let's just copy from them and call it a fucking day." So well known that people dress up as slutty versions of them for Halloween and don't have to explain them. "Oh, I get it. You're slutty Septimia Zenobia, warrior queen of 3rd century Syria," your friends say when you enter the party. "Didn't Jill come as that too? Awkward." So well known that not 1 but 2 members of your weekly trivia team will be able to instantly recall their names in the history round, despite being quite drunk. So well known that people incorrectly assign great inventions and achievements and conquests to them, when really the story was more complicated than that. Or actually, she was only one of a group of people, which maybe even included a few forgotten men, so that the conversation goes like this. Person A: Emmy Noether invented all of mathematics. Person B: Yeah, that sounds right. I remember learning something about her in school. She's very well known. Person A: Well, that settles that. Let's get tacos. That well known. Beyond fear and bewilderment in your day-to-day life as a 21st century gal, you may have found yourself developing an overwhelming desire to climb into a womb. Any womb. This book is my womb. I feel most warm and most fetal when sitting in a library, absorbing stories of long-dead women, as if through an umbilical cord, having promise and possibility pumped into me like nutritious amniotic fluid. As a fetus floats in a womb and sets about growing fingers and toes and guts and eyeballs and a brain, I have been suspended in my book womb, growing these stories one at a time. Hearing about cool women from history just feels good. It feels like a relief. Sometimes it feels like coming up with the perfect retort for an argument you had many years ago. "See?" you'll want to say. "Look at her! That proves my point." It can feel bittersweet, which, by the way, was an emotion first expressed in history by a woman. Keep listening to find her. There will be a test. I am not a historian. This isn't to talk myself down. I am, like all women, very clever and funny. I just don't have a PhD. Instead, think of me as a fangirl and a journalist who's been travelling across space and time in search of women who may make you feel better for a moment, suspended in goodness, totally relaxed and exempt from life's troubles, and most of all relieved to find that it's really okay, in fact it's encouraged, to cause some trouble in your life. Because the people who don't like troublesome women, today and in the past, generally turn out to be the bad guys. So join me. Come look at my womb. Crawl inside it. There's plenty of room. Where there are mistakes, forgive me. I have done the best I can, and it turns out there is a lot of history out there, which I have shoved into my eye sockets, processed through the lukewarm innards of my brain and squeezed out my fingers. It's inevitable that some things will have gotten lost on that perilous, squidgy journey. Should you have any complaints about the need for a book such as this at all, however, kindly write your concerns on a piece of paper and deliver them directly into the sea. There will be no more mentions of Donald Trump in this book, because frankly I can't be bothered, so just forget he exists for a while. It will be like a nice little vacation. His tweets can't find you here. Listen to these stories and bask in the warm, tingling sensation that comes from learning for the first time about a woman from history who gave 0 fucks whatsoever. It's a healthier